Morning, church. How is everybody doing? Let's see if my tongue works.
We missed you.
This is work. Woohoo! All right, we're good. All right. So thank you for being here today. You know, if you're visiting for our time, thank you so much for coming. It's really good to see some of my good friends like Justin, Tori here today. You know, if you have noticed, I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. No, I didn't choose to stay home and sleeping. You know, I had a chance to go to North Carolina for a conference called ICNC, which is Campus Ministry Conference. And then the next 2 Sundays, I had the chance to be at teen camp.
All right.
Some of our teens. We have Kevin there, Kayla, Jordan, Josh, Sean, Carly. It was really awesome. And the theme of the camp was called Unblinded. And you know, and the teens had the chance to receive really awesome lessons about how to become unblinded after what they're going through and the many things that they're going to face. And it's Satan who blinded. It was really awesome and I got to learn a lot. But today, I want to focus on, you know, on dreaming with faith. You know, I really want us to think about dreaming with faith. If there is something we all have in common here, it's the fact that we all dream. We all have different dreams. You know, some dreams are got us where we are today. Some of these dreams, we have stopped dreaming them. Some of these dreams have, you know, just disappeared because we feel like it's too much for us. But I really want us to think about unaccomplished dreams. The dreams that we never had the chance to accomplish. You know, it could be many reasons. You just gave up. You just felt like it was too much. And I want us to think for a moment. Because we all have been there. We all have given up on dreams. And we all have stopped dreaming certain dreams. And I want us to live today just thinking that we can dream again and achieve different things because God can provide for us. Amen. So I want to start with a question. And I want you to think for a second. You know, all right. So there's this man called Colonel Sanders. Did you know that he only started his franchise when he was 62 years old?
That's right.
And his name became popular when he was 75 years old. Talk about being old. No. You know this man, Superman. Did you know that Superman was created by 2 teenagers while they were in high school? 2 teenagers. You know how you know that it's made by teenagers? Look at his underwear. It's outside his suit. That's how you know. But yeah, 2 teenagers from Ohio. And then we have this man, a big inspiration, Martin Luther King. He said, I have a dream. And this happened when he was 42 years old. And he was able to change the mind of the Congress in 1964. And he was even honored with a Nobel Prize. And why I'm sharing this is because it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter where you are today. You can dream. And these are just some examples of the many people who had dreams and then achieved them. I want to encourage you. It doesn't matter where you are today, what year you are, or how old you are. You still can dream. And I want to start with a big, big question. What is the biggest dream for your life?
Good question. Good question.
I'll let you think for a second. What is the biggest dream for your life? What is that dream that you thought that you could never do? Think about it for a moment. Write it down. Type it on your phone, computer, whatever you have, you're holding. And I want you to think for a second. What is the biggest dream for your life? Today, I want us to look at a story of a man in the Bible. Of course, the Bible. We're going to open the Bible, guys. Sorry. We're going to open it.
Don't apologize.
So, a guy in the Bible who dreamed. He has only one dream. And he achieved it because of God. Today, we're going to be looking at the book of John. And before I go there, I just going to throw a quick prayer from the big guy right here to help me out. Dear Father, you are awesome. You're truly giver, Father. And at this moment, I really pray that the Spirit comes to us, Father. The Spirit works so powerfully today that as we learn your word, Father, it can be impacted. We can apply it, Father, and implement it in our lives. Father, thank you so much for everything you give us, Father. I pray that everything that comes out of my mouth, Father, can be for your glory only. Amen. I love you. I pray in your Son's name. Amen. Amen. All right. So we're going to be looking at the book of John. And open with me John 9, please.
Come on.
And we're going to be looking at John 9, 1 to 11. Some of you can read it. You don't have a Bible. It's on the screen. All right. So, as he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? The reason why they asked, because back in those biblical days, they told that the consequences of your sin will be passed to your future generations. Verse 3, neither this man nor his parents sinned, Jesus said. But this happened so that the words of God might be displayed in him. As long as it is day, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming, when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world. After saying this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with saliva, and put on the man's eyes. Go, he told him. Wash in the pool of Siloam. This word means sent. So the man went and washed and came home seeing. His neighbors and those who had formerly seen him begging asked, isn't this the man who used to sit and beg? Some claim he was. Others say, no, he only looks like him. But he himself insisted, I am the man. How then are your eyes open? They asked. He replied, the man they called Jesus made some mud and put it on my eyes. He told me to go to Siloam and wash. So I went and washed, and then I could see. Wow, what an amazing story. We had this man born blind. A man who only had one dream, and his only dream was probably not to get money that day, not to get some food that day, but his only dream was, I want to see one day. I want to know what it's like. Then Jesus appeared and gave him sight. What an awesome story. But I really want us to look at today at the life of this man and see what we can learn from him. Okay. And I have 3 points for us today. Come on. First one, live by faith, not by sight. Come on. Think about the life of the poor man. He didn't know better. He didn't know what the ocean looked like. He didn't know what the sun was like. He didn't know what the colors of the sunsets were like. He had no idea what a flower would look like in the middle of the spring. He probably heard many stories. People probably told him this is what it looks like. But he could never picture it. He was born blind. He doesn't know anything better than darkness. Wow. Imagine for a moment, he felt that Jesus was in town. He was probably hoping to see him. He was probably to be seen by him. Sorry, not see him, but be seen by him. It's really interesting how Jesus decided to perform this miracle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Jesus did many miracles. He would just say, go, you're healed, or do this and you're healed, or like, oh yeah, that person that is at your house is healed, or he would just come and the person would be healed. But it's really interesting how he decided to make it this time. Yeah. Imagine for a second being the blind man. Yeah. And you are like, you feel that Jesus is coming, you feel the commotion, feel everybody talking about him. And then out of nowhere, you hear Jesus speaking. And I don't know how Jesus speaks. Like, you know what I mean? We don't know. But you can imagine being the blind man and hearing this, and he's like, what is going on? And then out of nowhere, you feel the mud on your eyes. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know how that felt. But imagine how uncomfortable that was for a moment. Imagine how he felt. What was going through his mind? And then Jesus said, go there with the mud on your face, with saliva, and wash yourself. Imagine how uncomfortable walking through the crowd. They're probably making fun of him. Yeah. He's walking with all that mud, feeling uncomfortable, feeling ashamed. People are making fun of him. But he did it. Yeah. He was healed. Amen. Let's think about it for a second again. What if he didn't have faith? What if he just felt uncomfortable with the mud on his face? What if he say, you know what, I'm not going to go there. This is uncomfortable. People are going to make fun of me. I cannot do this. No. It could be different. What would it be like? Yeah. And at times we can be like that. Yeah. We're put in a situation that we need to have faith. Yeah. And we feel uncomfortable. Right. And we feel like we shouldn't be doing. What is people going to say? What are they going to think about me? Yeah. And at times we can be like this beautiful animal. Right? African impala. And don't be offended. But we can be like at times like this guy. And you probably wonder why. Let me tell you something interesting about this animal that God created. Because God created too. This guy can jump over 3 meters. That means double of my size.
Wow.
He can jump that high. And he can reach up to 9 meters in one jump. That is crazy. But what makes it so crazy about this creature created by God is that if you put this animal on an enclosure in a zoo, next to a wall no higher than a meter, he wouldn't jump it.
Wow.
Why? Because they don't jump where they cannot see where they're gonna land. And I think at times we're like that.
Come on, bro. Right.
We don't go for our dreams because we don't know where we're gonna land.
Wow.
Think about it for a second. Are you kidding me? This guy can jump so far and he wouldn't do it just because he cannot see. But it's the same with us. We don't go far because we're afraid of what they're gonna think, what they're gonna say. Are they gonna mock us? We feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's not how it is. You see, faith is the ability to trust what we cannot see. And with faith, we're set free from the little enclosures of life that only fear allows to trap us.
Yeah.
You see, we need to start making big jumps. We need to start making changes in our life. We need to start going out there, don't be scared, don't be afraid of what people are going to think. How are they going to mock us? In order for the impossible to happen, we need to live by faith and not by sight. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Come on. God can do the impossible.
Yeah.
Again, let's think for a moment. The man is born blind, and he recovered his sight. I'm gonna let you think for a second. Because if this were to happen today, in someone in our congregation, we would be mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And, you know, really crazy to know that only until the 18th century, there was no chance for someone who was blind recover sight.
Wow.
18th century. That means that before that, everybody who was born blind or was blind is game over for them. They are blind for the rest of their life until they die. Think about this man in Pennyman. He probably felt cursed. He probably listened to everybody say, you know, it's your sin, it's your family's sin. People probably hated him. Oh no, this man's a sinful man. I shouldn't be around him. You know what I mean? He probably felt uncomfortable again. But God can do the impossible, and He healed him. We forget that we worship an awesome God.
Yeah.
We forget that we worship the God that made Sarah be pregnant when she was 90 years old to a 100-year-old man. And God opened the sea for the Israelis to go through when they were prisoners of the Egyptians.
Right.
When Elijah prayed and God sent fire from the sky. And there are many stories where He sent manna from the sky. When Peter walked on the water and Jesus was resurrected. This is the God that we worship. And at times we forget it. You know, I look at this church. How awesome it is. You know, I moved April last year, and I have been able to see so many things changing. I've seen baptisms in the teens, some people in the marriage, some people in the campus, some people in the singles. There's been 13 baptisms,
Wow.
2 restorations. We have families moved from out of town, and we're seeing God's word.
Yeah.
We have been working as a church. We built an orphanage in Haiti.
Yeah.
We built it with the help of God. It started just with a little dream in 2016. Now there are 13 kids, and we're taken care of as a family. And this year we had 33 people helping in the Hope Youth Corps to serve.
Amen.
Wow. We will have 9 disciples in Master alone. We will have club status. That means that we can get a room whenever we want.
Yeah.
We don't have to be in someone's backyard like always and be beaten by mosquitoes and all that. God is awesome.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Remind us.
Come on.
I think about when I was studying the Bible and people told that it was impossible. They were going through so much. Some of these guys are right here. But they dream. Even though, guys, when I was studying the Bible, at times I would tell them that I would punch them on the face if they tell me what to do. They're right here. They know these stories. I was mad. But they had a dream and they had faith. And they say, God is going to work through this guy.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is that God can work even more when you
Yeah.
dream. They had dream and they say, this guy, even that he's so crazy, we believe that he's going to do something. And I'm here today because of God. It's not me, it's God.
Amen.
And, you know, and I believe that this year we can do even crazier things. September is coming.
Yeah.
We're going back to work, we're going back to our school. You know, I'm praying that we can double our size at McMaster. I'm praying that we can start a campus ministry in Buffalo.
Come on.
I'm praying that St. Catherine's will start as well. Waterloo again.
Yeah.
Do we believe these? We worship an awesome God.
Amen.
We cannot just believe that we worship an awesome God. We need to act like we worship an awesome God.
Yeah.
God can use any of us.
Yes.
Again, this poor blind man, he was healed. What is the first thing he does? He goes and tells people, I am healed. He starts sharing the good news. He starts telling people about Jesus and coming to the world and he helping. You know, Jesus said once, very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works that I have been doing. And they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father. And we need to believe this. The man was blind, he recovered his sight, and he spread the word quickly. And Jesus said, you will do greater things. He was able to share to everybody in his neighborhoods, his town, probably everybody. And Jesus didn't even have to do it, he did it. It was God's power, but he did it.
Yeah.
Jesus knew that we can do these things. Jesus trusts us. Jesus believed that we can do greater things and change this world that we're in.
Amen.
One of the most inspired friends that I have is this girl in the black. So they are both called Erica. Only Erica Commerce. She's a really awesome girl from Boston, really good friend of mine. 2 years ago, she was graduating high school. She was about to go to her last year of high school. And when she went there, the school was going to go through renovation that summer. And she heard about what was happening, but she felt like she wanted to help people somehow that year. And when she found out that the school was going through renovation, and they were going to destroy everything, and they were going to put things away, and they were going to throw certain things, she said, no way. I need to do something about this. So she talked to her sister and said, I want to do something. Well, she said, well, can we just donate it to another school in the States, or can we do something? She's like, no, we need to dream big. And this girl, when she was 17 years old, gathered her friends, gathered her family, and she was able to ship every equipment, boards, chairs, equipment for the chemistry class, everything possible, computers, and she shipped everything to West Africa for a school.
Wow.
Did it by herself, because she dreamed big. Now, there you are. She started her own organization, founded Janga Jakar, which it helps women in Africa to receive a school education, because she believed that women need to receive education. Wow, think about it for a second. She's just 17 years old, a teenager, and she just dreamed and went for it. Why? Because she believed that God can help her. It wasn't easy, but she believed that God can do it. How is it for us? Are we believing that? Are you believing that God can use you? Kevin's going to play a video really quick right now for us.
Change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made. That you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. At skill training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off St. Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark. It's not that they can remember. But you were also taught that if a a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark, hungry for a midnight snack, darts towards you, then summons up all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you will have to deal with them. So if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. Over a few weeks of difficult training,
Awesome.
my SEAL
Great. What an awesome video.
Yeah.
You see, start by making your bed. That's not what I'm going to teach, but think about it. If you cannot do the little things right, you won't be able to do the big things right.
Right. Yeah.
How is that for us? Let me ask you, how is your walk with God? How is your walk with God today? Are we spending enough time on the scriptures? Are we going on our knees to pray to God and beg for the different things that are happening? Are we helping people out there? Are we involved in people's life? Are we studying the Bible with people? Are you helping those who are studying the Bible with others?
Come on, bro.
You know, I love how he say about the shark, what he say about the sharks. You know, because the shark is Satan.
Yeah.
And he's the one that is going to tell us when we cannot do something. Jesus said, when he lies, he speaks his native language. For he's a liar, the father of lies. Satan will tell you that you cannot do something.
Yeah.
Satan will tell you that you're not good enough. Satan will tell you that that dream is too big. And let me tell you, nothing is too big for us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are today. It doesn't matter how old are you. Nothing can be impossible for us. God used the most normal and, regular people to do wonder things.
Yeah.
Abraham was old. Jacob was a liar. Joseph was a teenager. Moses couldn't even speak. David was a shepherd. Rahab was a prostitute. Jeremiah was too emotional. Peter was a fisherman. Paul was a killer. And Jesus was a carpenter. And he is the Christ our Savior. Amen. God can use us. Why not us? Why? As I start concluding, I want to leave you with some scriptures.
Come on, bro.
Now, Ephesians 3:20. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work with us. Jeremiah 32:27. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? Matthew 19:27, who is talking to the young rich ruler. With man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. Amen. Luke 1:37, when the angel appears to Mary. For with God, nothing should be impossible. Romans 8:31. If God is for us, who can be against us?
Right. Come on.
Now, I wanted to ask you again, what is the biggest dream for your life? What is it? After what we just learned, anything should be possible for us. Because we have God. If we want to do it, we need to live by faith and not by sight. We need to remember that God can do the impossible and to know that God can use us. We need to start today. We need to start today. We cannot wait until tomorrow. We need to go back to our Bibles. We need to go back to pray. Reach out those who didn't show up today at church. When was the last time you should have reached out to someone who didn't show up at church? Why is it always us, certain people, that have to reach out to those? We're a family. We need to take care of each other.
Amen.
What are we going to do before Camp Homa? How is it going to be the next couple of days? I want to change the campus ministry. I want to grow it. I want to double it. And I believe that this church can double. It's not about numbers. It's about letting people know about Jesus. That he died for us. If you want to dream in faith and change the world, start with a task completed. Know that life is not fair. It's not going to be fair to us. And you will fail often, yes. But if you take some risk, step up when the times are the toughest, never give up, and trust God at all times, you will be able, and we will be able to achieve any dreams.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amen.